NHL analyst Eric Engels. Eric, we are in desperate need of some detail, some insight on this Carey Price story. First off, why did Canadiens GM Marc Bergevin go this route?
Well, I think he felt he didn't have a choice. Jake Allen obviously was a player that Seattle had circled, and they were going to take him in the expansion draft. And I think Marc Bergevin had some discussions with other teams about potentially moving him, not losing him for nothing. He feels that there's an opportunity here with what Carey Price's contract is, that Seattle will overlook him. He'd obviously like to keep both goaltenders, but he believes that both of them are important in this picture, and that Jake Allen helped the Canadiens get to the playoffs, and he's got a very reasonable contract over the next 2 years at $2.85 million per, and Carey Price helped them get through the playoffs. So he'd love to maintain that moving forward, and with the risk of losing Allen for nothing, I think he sees this as a risk that's calculated and worth taking.
Okay, if you're the Seattle Kraken, you now have the opportunity to select one of the best goaltenders on the planet. It would be a huge boost to a first-year team. Now, is it just money as the main reason why Seattle would not take Price?
Yeah, 5 years, $10.5 million cap hit for a goaltender who's going to turn 34 in August. It's a huge risk, and it's a lot of money to take on. And for Seattle GM Ron Francis, he said the only thing that is extremely important right now is cap space. I think he was speaking for all 32 general managers in the league. They all feel the same way. I know that Marc Bergevin values Carey Price a great deal, and he's hoping that that cap situation will not be digestible to Ron Francis, who's got to mitigate things like everyone else does, with the salary cap remaining fixed likely for the next 4 years.
Now people are trying to connect the dots as to why this could happen. Carey Price, West Coast guy, would move closer to home if he goes to Seattle. Is there a chance Price actually ends up a member of the Kraken?
Well, this is the ultimate decision that Francis has to make. This is also about putting a franchise tag on a player that can carry it. And he could go through all the teams and all their lists. He won't find a single other player who can carry it as well as Carey Price can. And, you talk about where he's from and his wife being from Washington State and what that opportunity would represent in terms of converting fans, not only in the area, but also outside of the area in BC. As one executive put it to me, you look at all that signing bonus money that Carey Price is making, the actual dollars, if people are viewing that as an impediment to the Kraken taking him, he's going to make $11 million on September 1st. He's not making less than 5.5 in signing bonuses before each of the 5 seasons that he plays, but they'll make up that money selling jerseys within a few hours of getting him. So this really is about the cap. It's less so about the financials. And if the Seattle Kraken feel that Carey Price can be their franchise player and he can sell all the merchandise and potentially take them to the promised land sooner than they'd ever hoped to get there, they'll pick him.
That would just turn into an absolutely wild story. And now Habs fans have to be worried for the next week. I feel bad for them.